start. So Geetha Didi is sharing today. Geetha Didi, Namaste Geetha Didi. So I will put your brief introduction and then you can put your place your sharing. So as we are all knowing Geetha Didi very well from the second batch of morning session, she is a very consistent participant of the morning session, and she is a very active volunteer in the southern region also. She asks a lot of questions from the very first batch she attended in the morning session, and she is a very good motivator for all of us for sure. She is an associate professor of the computer science department in the Government Arts and Science College, Avinashi, Tamil Nadu. She attended her first workshop of Universal Human Values in November 2020. And as I mentioned, she joined the morning sessions from the second batch onwards. So Didi is also a very active volunteer and a regional coordinator in the southern region. She participates in many activities like student development program, the translation work, observer and co-facilitator for some of the offline workshops and other activities in the southern region. So with this brief introduction, I welcome Geetha Didi for her sharing in the morning session. So Didi, over to you. Thank you.
Namaste to all. Thank you, Sunil Bhaiya, for the nice introduction. Namaste, Sharmila Didi. Sabito Namaste. Sunil Bhaiya has already introduced about me. So let me move on to my family. My husband, Sampath Kumar, our son Monish, and our daughter-in-law is Abhi. Both are IT professionals. As Bhaiya has already stated, I am attending the morning sessions from Jan to 2021. That is from batch to almost regularly. For me, UHV is a way of life. It is helping me to understand the purpose, meaning, and goal of my life and how to lead a fulfilling life. Sharing my understanding emerging out of exercise 1 and 2. First, step 1 is to observe my imagination, particularly the feelings without reaction. I am easily influenced by others' words, comments, gestures, and behaviors. And I become unhappy, upset, irritated, agitated very soon. With my 5 years of UHV journey, now I'm able to clearly understand the purpose of exercise 1, step 1. If I am observing as a pure observer, yes, I'm able to handle the situations comfortably with ease and calm. But many times I am sleepy. But those glimpses motivate me to be in the process. Then steps 2 and 3. They help me to understand that only naturally acceptable feelings make me happy and harmonious, and not otherwise. Many times I have observed that feeling of opposition makes me unhappy and uncomfortable. Now, at those moments, if I become aware and if I see that this feeling of opposition is making me unhappy, and then if I ask myself who decided this feeling, step 4, at this moment, it is very obvious that it is me who decided that feeling. And because of that feeling, I am at discomfort. Few examples I would like to share. Last week, in our girls' washroom, I could hear the water flowing as tap was not closed. Immediately, a feeling of opposition. Said, why girls are wasting water? Can't they close the tap? Like that, many questions in my mind. I moved past, disturbed, thinking to inform the sub-staff to close the tap. After a few seconds, I myself entered and closed the tap. Immediately, I felt happy inside. Yes, I am deciding my feelings. And a shift in my feelings made me comfortable and exhibited as a good behavior. As I had already shared, sometimes our neighbor used to put her garbage in front of our house. Though it is cleaned sometimes later by the municipality staff, The very sight disturbed me a lot. A strong feeling of opposition towards her. After repeated discussions, complaints, she does it again and again. But these days, I don't get irritated, and I'm able to see that it is her sanskar. One more example. Once a colleague complained against me to another staff. Once I heard it, a sudden surge of feeling of opposition, anger, and I thought immediately I must go and ask her face to face. Then I remembered steps one, two, three, and four. Particularly step one, I am a pure observer. Nothing can affect me. Then naturally feelings then naturally feelings shifted to relationship. I felt the calm inside and I was able to carry out the other tasks comfortably. Like this, after the situation, when I probe within myself, who is fixing these feelings? It is crystal clear that I am responsible for my feelings. My feelings are my choice. After 13th batch, to prove that I'm always right, entering into arguments, complaining others for my unhappiness has drastically reduced. Then comes the next question. On what basis I am deciding my feelings? Then step 5 comes to my rescue. Is it based on assumption or knowing? The three examples just now I quoted, I could see my assumptions. I was not able to see the relatedness with my girls, my neighbor, and my colleague. That's because my whole attention was towards their behavior, words. I was not able to go beyond the words to their innateness. Yes. Once I'm able to see that they were driven by their sanskars, they lack competence, and I must be complimentary to them, make a shift in my feeling. I was able to see my role and responsibility, and I behaved accordingly. I need to work more on the knowing part. Then moving to steps 6 and 7. It helps me to understand the reality, to align myself with that reality. In step 6, which feelings are naturally acceptable to you? Previously, before UHV, most of the time I was with the feelings of opposition, disharmony, and struggle. And I suffered a lot, making my life miserable and pathetic. Now I can see that there is a need to understand feelings of relationship, harmony, and coexistence in its completeness. Previously, I was limiting myself, unaware of my potential. When someone abuses me, I really wonder how can I remain calm? Yes, I was putting so many questions. How one can remain calm? But now I could see the power of feeling of relationship over feeling of opposition. It gives me so much serenity and peace. Then moving to step 7. Similarly, if I have the feeling of relationship, harmony, and coexistence, I can be happy and prosperous in continuity and not otherwise. This time, my view about coexistence is beyond words. In harmony of nature and existence, we all saw the evolution of physical order, followed by bio order, followed by animal order. This has happened in this sequence because to fulfill human order and other orders. So this is an expression of coexistence. So, because of this order, sequence, all the physical facilities, materials needed for human body is available in abundance in this existence. Is it not? No shortage for it. Similarly, for human self also, we are not left alone and aloof in this existence without guidance. Yes, we all are endowed with this innate faculty called natural acceptance. See how merciful the existence is and how blessed we are. Coexistence is expressing itself as when we have a feeling of relationship, we are happy. And when we have a feeling of opposition, we are bound to be unhappy. Nice indicators, is it not? Utmost wisdom and guidance are already exhibited by existence as coexistence. What else one needs? Simply, we need to understand this and live by it. That's it. Yes, life is simple, but I complicate it. But steps 6 and 7 are not easy for me all the times. Conceptually, it is clear, but to put in practice all the moments is a big challenge to me. Why? Because I am not aware all the moments. Exercise 1, step 1. So, with respect to exercise 1, whenever I am aware of myself, my imagination, my feelings, I can observe all this. But I am not aware of all the moments. Most of the time, I am operating in the dimension of behavior, words, and thoughts. And I get stuck up there. So I have to work upon myself to focus on my feelings and sanskars. Step 4, owning the responsibility also, not always. Steps 5, 6, 7 possible only with my awareness. Now, going to exercise 2. Steps 1 and 2. Now, I am clear that self and body are two distinct entities, able to differentiate the two realities conceptually. I decided to put on the video for this morning session because I want to break my assumption that I'm not a mere body. I am a higher dimension of self. From childhood, I had an inferiority complex that my tooth are so big and it is not in an organized manner. I had some bitter experiences also. Also, during this ongoing SCP, when PRPs were asked to put the video on, I was a bit reluctant, worried about my facial expressions. But as I said, I decided to break the graph. I decided to break the glass ceiling because I'm able to see that I'm doing otherwise evaluation of myself, not even under evaluation. Yes, I'm doing otherwise evaluation of myself, equating myself to body, which is disrespect, which is not naturally acceptable to me. Space, sorry, space is still a question mark to me, but I'm able to logically see that only because of space, self and body are able to transact information between them. Self being a consciousness entity and body being a material entity cannot interact without space. That much is clear to me. Steps 3 and 4. It is the self that decides what to read and when to read sensations from the body. That depicts that self is the decision maker. And there is a separation between the self and the body. When I observe and focus, I can see that the body is my instrument and I interact only when needed. Then I'm not able to see the distance between the self and the body. They are separate. That I am sure. Step 5. It is an important step to me. The whole crux lies here. The meaning I am giving to that sensation. My sanskars come into picture here. And every time when I share exercise 2, step 5, I'm able to see my deep rooted sanskars. And here goes. This time, I was able to observe that I am good for those who are good to me, and I am bad those who are bad to me. A tit for tat attitude. For my whole life, I had lived like that only. Now only it struck me. Second example. Two of my cousins lost their husbands at a very young age. During one of their daughter's function, they were decorating the lamp on the stage. And once they started to lit the lamp, I immediately called another lady to lit the lamp. Deep inside, I could see my precondition. I was really sorry for that, but it did happen. Then, third example. If I have a feeling of opposition towards a person, and if they post any message which I don't like, I could see how forcefully I clear the chat. With so much aggression, I clear and remove all the chat messages. My fourth example. One of my school friend used to comment that I am lazy to respond to messages. I am responding only through thumbs up emoticons. Usually, I don't read long, lengthy messages and long videos. Others are all active in WhatsApp group except me because my assumption is as I am learning everything in virtually, why yet another lengthy passages, videos, etc. So whenever he comments on me, I say I am cool, but truly I am not. There are the list is lengthy, but I have limited only to 4 of these prominent sanskars. My other sanskars are ego, always feeling high of myself. I have anxiety issue, jealousy, laziness, limiting myself, as I told already, doubting others, dwelling on past events, resentment, differentiating, and I always conclude, let the other be punished by God. My sanskars are my responsibilities. I am the owner, admin of my sanskars. It is I who created it, accepted it. So I have to take charge of my sanskars. If I own the ownership, yes, I'm willing to purify it because I only can do it and I alone can do it. And the best part of it is I have the potential to purify it. This understanding is helping me a lot, gives me a lot of hope to enjoy the UHV process and journey. Steps Step 6A and B. One interesting observation. Whenever I send a WhatsApp message to one of my superior, that staff never opens up, maybe after a few hours, and never acknowledges the message. For example, I would have applied for 1 hour permission. Without checking the message, that staff will go and ask in the classroom or in the department why I didn't go to class. This always has troubled me. Here, my sanskar was ego, which is not based on right understanding. And also, I don't want anybody to say something wrong about me. As a result, my reaction was anger, irritation, etc. Then, in the department, I will go and justify my action, and I will show at what time I had sent the message, etc. So that was my reaction. If my sanskar is based on right understanding, then I would respond. Once I'm able to break my pattern of thinking and transcend to go beyond behavior and feelings, I'm able to see the innateness of both of us and the similarity of both, and to know that it is not his or her true behavior. It is a sanskar that is expressing through him or her gives me total freedom from the clutches of feeling of opposition, followed by hurt, anger, enmity, revenge, etc. Yes, I can clearly see when I react and when I respond. Step 7. Space is still an assumption for me, but I strongly believe that it's only because of space all units exist in coexistence. And the underlying fundamental reality, existence is coexistence, is only because of space. So, this is my understanding about exercise 2. Then moving to the fourth indicator, happiness is my innate nature. I'm really happy that every time when I share after the batch, I'm getting different perspectives, new insights. This I have to honestly accept before you all. Yes. Coming back to the fourth indicator, happiness is my innate nature. Previously, I doubted this proposal. If happiness is my if happiness is my innate nature, then why should I suffer, grieve, and be unhappy? That was my notion. A simple anecdote for my understanding. Imagine a beautiful flower in my garden, and I am inside my house looking at the garden through a dusty, muddy glass window. I am not able to see the beautiful flower. I see only the dust and the mud. Similarly, I was. Now I'm able to see that the pure observer is an integral part of self. At that state of pure observer, nothing can influence me. I am already absolute, full, complete, and perfect. No more addition or deletion is required. Therefore, happiness is my innate nature. But I was not able to see this because I was trapped and governed by my sanskars, which are not based on right understanding. So, those sanskars prevent me to see my innate nature. This understanding and revelation is helping me a lot. Now, life has become truly beautiful, meaningful, and purposeful to me. Coming back to commitments. Paya has already shared. Again, I would also going to say the same. I'm volunteering myself in weekly, regional, and monthly meetings. I'm a part of UHV Tamil translation team, handling sessions in student workshop as a co-facilitator in face-to-face workshops. I'm attending morning sessions, volunteering, sharing values, and self-exploration are daily reinforcing me towards right understanding. But still, I need to volunteer more, explore more, and I have to contribute more. And I will continue my UHV journey for the rest of my life. Thank you all with gratitude to the entire existence. Thank you. Namaste.
Shamla Didi to give comments regarding Geetha Didi's sharing. Shamla Didi, over to you.
जी
Namaste,
नमस्ते
Shamla
गीता
Didi.
जी.
Ji Didi. Namaste, Didi.
Yeah, so very nice to hear your sharing. As always, I think you have been, kind of diving deep into yourself, and you have been looking at your feelings, even your sanskars. And the best thing about your sharing that I always feel is it is so candid. It is so honest and sincere, regardless of this um, how, some people, some participants may have this, what others will think of me. Regardless of that, you have always shared candidly in all your sharings. That is something I really appreciate. And I think many participants can learn from this. So, as you go along, I can see that we are all, not just you, all of us are struggling with some of our deep rooted sanskars. And so that does take time. But like you rightly said, the more we are aware, the more time we spend in awareness, the faster is our road towards, the
Ji.
uh, getting out of our sanskars. So you're also volunteering a lot. I see a huge change in you from the beginning when you used to share and all the problems in relationships you had. I think you have come a long way. I agree that we all have a long way to go, but I think you are also a very valuable member of the UHV team and continue to do your sharings, your volunteering, and the exploration. All the very best to you.
Yeah. Thank you so